Sa Pilipinas, iisa lang ang radyo. Dito'y Pilipinas, may isa lang tiradyo. Sa Pilipinas, usa lang bay ang radyo. DZRH Nationwide at Radyo Natin Network ng Manila Broadcasting Company. Sa Pilipinas, iisa lang ang radyo.
Manila Broadcasting Company.
Dibisyon ng Biliran Alternative Learning System kasama ang buong kagawaran ng edukasyon at kaagapay ang pamahalaan ng probinsya ng Biliran ay buong pusong inihahandog ang programang pangradyo na pinamagatang ALS RADYO ESKWELA. Ito ay inyong mapapakinggan tuwing Lunes at Biyernes sa ganap na alas 11 hanggang alas 11:30 ng umaga dito lamang sa 103.9 Radyo Natin FM. Walang makahahadlang, walang maiiwan sa alternative learning system. Tiyak na may pag-asa, sama-samang lilipad para maabot ang pangarap sa hamong kinakaharap. Patuloy na aangat, edukasyon para sa lahat, sulong edukalidad. Ito ang DepEd ALS RADYO ESKWELA ng Dibisyon ng Biliran.
Dear learners and ALS implementers here in the Division of Biliran, and to all that our radio program can reach anywhere in the Philippines. Welcome back to our school on air, ALS RADYO ESKWELA, only here at 103.9 Radyo Natin FM, Naval, Biliran. This is your radio teacher from Kabukrayan District 1, Ma'am Marceline Cavia, and with me today is Ma'am Aida Caril from Naval District 1 to bring you another interesting topic. Good morning, Ma'am Aida.
Good morning to Ma'am Marceline and to everyone who are with us today, and to those who are watching us on the Facebook page of 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval. A pleasant morning to everyone. I am glad and honored to accompany you, Ma'am Marceline, in delivering an interesting and insightful topic that will give new ideas and learnings to our ALS learners.
Dear learners, for our episode this morning, we will teach you how to develop basic skills in listening. Every day, we heard different news and conversations in different forms that give us varied information. As we listen to this information, we learned new ideas and become well-informed, and this challenge us to think. But we have to be very careful in understanding the information that we heard. We have to be selective, and we should choose information that have positive effects. We should not easily believe of what we heard. We should be intelligent listeners and think first before we give any reaction.
I agree on what you have said, Ma'am Marceline. In line with that, this morning we're going to talk about on how to infer dominant thought, feelings, and intentions expressed by the speakers in the speech lesson 2 or delivered. Again, for our episode for today, we're going to talk on how to infer dominant thoughts, feelings, and intentions expressed by the speakers in the speech lesson 2 or developed.
Or we can say that in Filipino, mahinuha or mahulaan ang nangibabaw na damdamin mula sa napakinggang pahayag.
Yes, that is correct. Therefore, I hope that you are comfortable wherever you are, my dear learners, so you can listen well in our discussion. Okay, are you now excited to know the details of our lesson? Very good, but before we proceed, let us listen first to this short audio.
Imagine you are in a program and someone speaks in front of you. What will you do so you will understand what the speaker is talking? Yes, that is right. You have to listen attentively and write down the important details. So, that is what we are going to do this morning. Listen attentively and write down the important details because after listening to the speech, we are going to test your listening skills and know what you have understood from the speech. Good luck, learners! Are you now ready?
Contestant number 2, here's your question. Convince us to watch your favorite TV show. Convince us to watch your favorite TV show. Start now.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Well, there was this one movie I watched before. It was just simply about a child who doesn't know how to speak, doesn't even know how to write, and he doesn't know how to read. That was his disability. But there was one thing special about him. He could draw. He could imagine a picture, a world of his own. And then, but there's a problem. Society shuts his hope, even his parents. So, what do? They shut him off in his own world. They even sent him to boarding school where his talent wasn't even recognized. But that child, because of society's pressure, his parents, he got traumatized. But a teacher showed him that he's important to the world. A teacher showed him that the world needs him. Just like the world needs a president, like the world needs a senator. Well, that movie is entitled Every Child is Special, directed by Amir Khan Ubinja. I want to show everyone, if you showed that movie, everybody will know their importance in the world, whether you have a disability or not. The world needs you, and everything has an importance in this world. Not just senators, not just presidents, but kids who have talent. That's just what I want to say. Thank you.
Okay, you have just heard an extemporaneous speech performed by a student from Batasan Hills National High School. How was it? Is the speech convincing? Did you get carried away with the message? For me, I was moved by the way she convinced the listeners about acceptance and importance of existence. Her intention is to let us watch the movie so we can fully understand individual differences. And listening to speech, stories, or any other form of conversations, you have to get the clue or clues to fully understand the message, especially if the message is not clearly stated.
Now that you are done listening to the speech, we will test your listening skill and if you really listened attentively. We have here questions regarding the speech. First, what are the disabilities mentioned that the child cannot do? Can you still remember it? Yes, the child cannot read and write correctly. He has a disability called dyslexia. But he has a special talent and can do things that other children cannot do. What are these things that this child with dyslexia can do? Have you heard it from the speech? Correct! He can draw and his mind is full of imagination. Therefore, despite of his disability, he has a special talent and that is amazing.
Dear learners, why does the speaker include the abilities of a child with dyslexia in her speech? Do you have any idea? Yes, that is correct. She was trying to give us clues about the story in the movie. With this, it will be easier for us to infer or understand her feelings and thought about her favorite movie. The speaker is also convincing us to watch it. If you have listened carefully, you have noticed those clues. Did you notice those clues? Very good. So, dear learners, do you have the same answer with us? If yes, then that is great. Those are the dominant feelings and thoughts that we have found in the speech. But if some of you have different answers from ours, do not worry because we still consider your answers as correct. That is your own inference or interpretation.
If you are still confused about how to infer thoughts, feelings, and intentions or purpose expressed by the speaker, and you are still wondering how it is done, well, take note of this. The key for us to understand the speaker is we do not base on what we hear, but on our main purpose why we listen to that certain speech or program. For example, we are aware of a radio playing our program in Radyo Natin FM station at the background while we focus on eating our lunch for that day. When we hear the segment of Tanong Ko Sagot Mo, we shift our attention and focus on the question and mechanics of the game. So therefore, it is not the kind of speaker or the things he is saying that get our interest or the purpose why we intend to listen. So, my question now is, what is your purpose in listening? Yes, of course, our main purpose in listening to a speech or any program is because we want to learn new facts and to know if we can relate these ideas that the speaker is saying to us.
That is correct, Marceline. We cannot solve our problem in listening skills and understanding of a speech or information we listen to using only our common sense. We need some ways to overcome this problem. Just like the doctor needs some instruments to diagnose effectively and efficiently. This is also same with us, dear learners. We need certain ways or clues to deal with our listening and understanding a message or information we receive to make it easier for us to infer thoughts, feelings, and intentions from the speech of the speaker we have just heard. Again, your interest and purpose in listening contributes in making inference or guess about the thoughts, feelings, and intentions expressed by the speaker. Now, get your pen and paper and jot down ways to enrich your listening skills and in making inferences. Ready? Good job!
Now, let us break down our lesson for easier understanding. Because at the end of our episode, you are expected to infer your own thoughts, feelings, and intentions expressed by the speaker in the speech you have listened to.
When we say inference or to infer, it involves about what we know and understand to make a guess of something or idea that we do not know. Our experiences will also help us to have a better guess or inference, especially if we put ourselves in the situation that the speaker is talking about. Again, inference involves about what we know to make a guess or reasoning about what we do not know. We have prepared 3 ways to enrich your skills in making inferences. Now, let us have first number 1. Pay attention. We have different attention levels, but this is really often recommended that have work in general. If you pay attention to one talking, you will notice and think about what the speaker is saying carefully. It is also a sign of respect and a skill that will lead to deeper and better understanding of the information being heard. Again, number 1, pay attention.
Number 2, grasp information or look for the clues. A critical thinker and good listener looks for clues to make an accurate guess on what does he or she is listening means. To make a good guess, you can write down the clues you have heard from the speech you listened to. Then you read between the lines. This means getting the real message behind something directly mentioned. Take this statement for example. The government does not have any comment regarding the controversy at this moment. Again, the statement says, the government does not have any comment regarding the controversy at the moment. What other messages does this statement send?
Well, you can infer that the government officials are not yet prepared to comment, probably because of any of the following reasons. A. They are being very careful, or it could be B. They do not yet know what to say, or perhaps letter C. The information they have about the controversy is not yet complete.
The best thing to do is read on the clues that you have gathered and get the clean images of the message. When you get enough clues, then you can make an accurate inference or conclusion. Remember that some speakers speak indefinite or don't clearly express the idea. So you have to look for the clues to what is really the purpose of his or her message. Again, the second tip is to grasp information or look for clues.
And lastly, for number 3, rely or connect your information to your previous experiences. When we make inferences, especially thoughts, feelings, or emotion, we can rely on our previous experiences and what we have learned from information we have read, listened to, studied, and heard experiences of other people. Help yourself make personal connections to what you hear by asking, what does this remind me of in my own life? It will be easier for you to infer when you relate the given situation to your personal experiences.
Those are some ways to improve your skill in making inferences. Did you follow and understand what we have discussed? Very good!
Now, let us try to check what you have learned. Get your pen and paper and be ready for a short activity. Remember, most of the speeches can only be heard once unless it is recorded for you to hear it again. So now, let us practice listening without repeating what was said. Just be guided with your notes to infer better. Are you ready? Excellent!
Okay, learners, before Ma'am Ida recites the speech, here are the questions you are going to answer later. Kindly write down all the questions that I will read. Number 1. Who is referred to in the speech? Again, who is referred to in the speech? Number 2. What made you think he or she is the one referred to in the speech you heard? What words or clues in the speech give you that idea? Again, number 2. What made you think he or she is the one referred to in the speech you heard? What words or clues in the speech gave you that idea? Next is number 3. From what point of view was the speech told? Again, number 3. From what point of view was the speech told? And lastly, for number 4, what words lead you to think that the angel enjoys its life? Again, number 4, what words lead you to think that the angel enjoys its life? Those are the 4 guide questions that you will answer after listening to the speech of Ma'am Ida. Just remember what we have discussed today so you can get what you're looking for in the speech. Good luck, learners! And here is the speech.
A beautiful bounty of white feathers at the blades of my back, lifting airborne, rising, choking with happiness. I watch over the souls underneath. I sing songs of praise in heaven. As I go up and up, the cool air caresses me and my silk-satin dress warms my torso. I am pure. I explore my wings and see how fast I can go racing with the wind. I leap, I fly, I can't believe the beauty of the wonderful earth. I go to the waterfall sprinkling droplets on my face. I think I will remain airborne and pure.
Thank you for delivering the speech, Ma'am Ida. So learners, did you find the answers to our questions? Very good. Now let us answer each question. Number 1. Who is referred to in the speech? It is quite clear that an angel is the one talking. Again, the answer for number 1 is angel.
Okay, number 2. What made you think it was an angel? What words in the speech give you that idea? The words white feathers, silk satin, pure, lifting airborne, and others can give you this idea.
Next, number 3. What point of view was the speech told? If you have noticed the words I, me, my, and mine, the point of view is the first person point of view. The angel describes itself and what it does.
Last number. For number 4, what words lead you to think what the angels enjoy its life? The phrases choking with happiness, I leap, I fly, and I can't believe the beauty of the wonderful earth can give us this idea. So, how was the test, dear learners? Did you get all 4 correct answers? If you did, excellent. But if you get 3 correct answers and below, don't worry because we still have another activity. Just do your best in our next test so you can get a higher mark.
For your final test, you are going to listen to an informative speech about COVID-19 delivered by Clara Margaret C. Garzaran. After listening to the speech, you are going to write 2 paragraphs with at least 8 sentences that contain inferences about her feelings, thoughts, and intentions from the speech delivered. Again, you are going to write 2 paragraphs with at least 8 sentences that contain inferences about her feelings, thoughts, and intentions from the speech delivered. Did you get it? Excellent!
Learners, please be attentive because you can only hear the speech for this episode once. This is to make you feel as if you are listening to a live speech. Are you ready? Okay, let us now hear the speech of Clara Margaret C. Garzaran.
Good morning everyone, I am Clara Margaret Sigasaran from grade 8 Broca. And today, I would like to present my informative speech about COVID-19 awareness. You are at risk. All of us are at risk. Everyone is now suffering from this COVID-19 pandemic. If you are not familiar with COVID-19, COVID-19 is also known as Coronavirus Disease 2019. It was an infectious disease caused by Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2, or known as SARS-CoV-2. It was first identified in December 2019 in Wuhan, Hubei, China. and has resulted in an ongoing worldwide pandemic. Common symptoms include fever, cough, fatigue, shortness of breath, and loss of smell and taste. Today, I would like to share how this COVID-19 pandemic had affected our daily lives. This pandemic had affected our lives in a way that we can spend our weekends together with our relatives who are far away from us, or even go to eat together. But not just that. A lot of people lost their job, and a lot of people are starving. Some countries cannot afford or are struggling to provide each and every needs of their people. We can avoid this virus by washing our hands, social distancing, disinfecting things that are exposed to the public, wearing face masks, and most importantly, staying at home as possible. There is this one quote that had reflected in me during this pandemic. It might be stormy now, but rain doesn't last forever. This quote is very timely. We might be struggling now, but every struggle will just pass by. And right now, this pandemic must be our lesson. That we must not complain to anything that our Creator has given us. And we must not take anything for granted. As this pandemic goes on, the only thing we can do is to accept it and treat it as the new normal. Thank you for listening, and once again, this is Kiara Margaret Sigasaran from Grade 8 Broca.
Okay, learners, how was the speech of Miss Garzaran? Was it very informative? It was, right? Now, write 2 paragraph inference in a sheet of paper and wait for your ALS implementer to collect it. You will be rated through a certain rubrics.
And if in case you want to hear the speech or the whole episode again, just revisit the Facebook page of 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval Biliran to listen again.
Well, this is the end of our episode for today. Congratulations for getting new ideas and learning new lesson. But before we formally end our program, let me remind you to keep tuning in to our program every Monday and Friday, 11 to 11:30 in the morning, only here in 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval Biliran. Once again, this is Marceline Cavia, your ALS implementer from Kabukgayan District 1, leaving a message that each one of us has our own abilities and emotions to feel. Let us be careful of inferring every emotion and intention everyone has for us. Keep safe and God bless us all.
And this is Aida Karil, ALS implementer from Naval District 1. For our final reminder, if you have questions and clarifications, feel free to message your ALS implementer for more information. Remember, part of being successful is about asking questions and listening to answers. That is all for today. See you again on the next episodes, and good morning, Biliran.
Walang makahahadlang, walang maiiwan sa alternative learning system. Tiyak na may pag-asa, sama-samang lilipad para maabot ang pangarap sa hamong kinakaharap. Patuloy na aangat, edukasyon para sa lahat. Sulong edukalidad. Ito ang DepEd ALS Radio